glove of Vaseline.
That's the creepiest thing.
It is though, isn't it? It's
Also, wouldn't your hand be like pruny as fuck by the end of the day? Soft, maybe, but it'd be like getting out of the bath all the time.
He takes the glove off and touches her face. And you know, like when you're underwater, your hands do go pruny. Yeah. But to improve your grip, that's why.
Yeah.
So he just like pulls off this thing,
pulls her face
just
off.
like literally pulls her face.
It's like a really wet grape, a wet raisin, just like dragging across your face.
His whole hand is when you accidentally touch something in the sink, and you're like, "Whoa!"
It was a weird character in that book.
Yeah, he's fucking gross.
Really weird fucking character.
I'm glad Lenny decked him.
Hello,
and
welcome to the SlapDuck podcast.
I'm your host.
My name is Lucas Shea.
And on my right
Let's shoot Lucas Shea in the head because it's no longer gonna. In the red room, in the white room,
Yeah, we're all here.
red and white.
Yeah,
it's not really a Michael Jackson song. It's just, it don't matter if you're red or white. Can't sing that anymore.
It's black or white, Luca.
I know.
Welcome to the SlapDuck podcast. I'm your host, Sully Iqbal, aka Lenny from Of Mice and Men, and I'm joined by in the red room
the rabbit from Of Mice and Men.
What's your name, Rabbit?
Oh yeah, George. Oh no, I forgot my name. Wow.
And in the white room,
One of the other characters, but not the one with the weird Vaseline glove. Because
You mean you're not going to be Curly or Curly's wife?
I'll be Curly's wife. I don't want to be Curly.
What's wrong with Curly?
That's
Except
not a
for his
real name.
gross ass hand.
Gross, pruny fucking hand. Just Spider-Man
my
pulling off her
God.
face all the time.
Okay, you can find us everywhere you can find good podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, anywhere else that aggregates podcasts. You can also find us at slapduck.com. However,
Where can't they find
you
us,
can
Sally?
no longer find us on radiohaver.com at 6 p.m. UK time on a Tuesday, because with a heavy heart, we want to say, unfortunately, Radio Haver is no more. They, you can go on their Facebook or their website and just figure out more there. We wish the best of luck to everyone at Radio Haver, and we're gutted to not only see that something that they were very passionate about, unfortunately, not pan out, but we're gutted that our audience on Radio Haver are not hearing us right now.
I know, which really sucks, because it's not only that it was a big audience, it was a nice audience.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was nice to have a big
Let
audience.
us just let us know if you're from Radio Haver. Anyway,
yeah,
Instagram, Twitter, fucking
website,
YouTube channel, website, Gmail.
Yeah,
you know.
And I mean, it sucks that we've been cancelled without saying something racist on Twitter.
Ugh.
It's just
I'll go do it now. I'll do it now. Fuck them. Insert minority.
I know, right?
Oh my god, no! Don't.
Jesus, Sully.
Oh,
I didn't say
All right, well-
minority. Yeah.
So yeah, this is
What's the plan for this show? Tell the audience that are listening that are far reduced from what was listening last week.
I mean, who wants to say it?
George, want to go for it?
I mean, what are we going? What?
All right, fuck it. I'll say it.
Okay.
So we're this podcast. This is the last of the current kind of way we're doing the podcast. Not that we're not going to do it remotely.
Season 2,
because we still have to do it
baby.
remotely. It's more like not as like a soft reboot, but just kind of we're pivoting. So it won't be every week because we're no longer on the radio every week. So what we're planning on doing is either every other week or maybe once a month, still in the same sort of format, same sort of content that hopefully you listen to and love. So because we enjoy doing this, it's nice catching up with each other. But we are doing other shows as well. So we already started doing the bonus stage gaming show that's over on YouTube and on podcast services. Sully, put it in the details.
Yeah, baby, bonus stage.
Yeah. So if you want to catch us every week talking about specifically more video game related stuff, like looking back on video games, looking to the future of video games. That's where we're doing a lot of that.
Yeah.
Which was a pivot that we made a few weeks ago before really finding out about this. So yeah, we're still doing that every week. And before starting this, we were talking about the next podcast we can do to kind of pivot into.
God.
Do we want to? We don't have a name for it yet.
We haven't named it yet.
No, we don't really have an idea for it either.
We have an idea for it.
I was just taking the piss.
Yeah, like we have an idea for it. We don't really have a name yet, but if you're interested in seeing kind of another avenue that we can go down, especially if you're listening to this and have stuck around, it's something that we feel like you'd be very interested in. Just follow us on all the different social medias and we'll put a big old post out there with it.
Like, listen to us right now. Here, go.
Yeah. And yeah, we're going to kind of figure that out and that will be somewhat regular as well. So yeah, a bit more niche, a bit more kind of...
A bit more directed, I'd say.
Yeah, directed, at least in the opening beginnings.
I mean, possible, do you think maybe on the RSS feed, which if you subscribe to our podcast anywhere, you listen to good podcasts, we could maybe put out a mini announcement?
Yeah,
maybe
we could do that. Hell, we could have put the...
Or me?
Yeah, we put out an announcement, or if we just... You know what? Maybe the first episode that we do, we put it on here, and if you like it, you can go and subscribe to it.
Smart as shit.
On its dedicated feed. And if not, you can just download the episode, let it run in the background, and delete it and never listen to it ever.
I'm a fan of that. Or just play it on mute.
Play it on mute,
yeah. My life.
Play it on mute. That's what I do with everything.
Play it on. Yeah.
Friends send me a piece of work, I'll play it on mute. No. That's a joke.
That's brutally honest. So yeah, it's like it's not sad. It's just a change for the current podcast. Still going to happen. So if you're a fan of this, you're still going to get this, just not as regularly. Yeah. But hopefully, one of the other podcasts we do can fill that regular slot each week.
Change is good,
man.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't know about you guys, but from my point of view, it's always nice starting a new thing and kind of like a new chapter.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Like we've been doing this for very close to 2 years at this point.
Wow.
We'll still do an episode 100 celebration, but episode 100 may well be next year.
Or the very end of the year, depending on how often we do it. Yeah. Because I think this is episode either 89 or 90. So we're really close to the 100. I kind of want to get there. 90. Damn. So we've got 10 more episodes. So
okay.
Yeah.
And you know,
you
know what? Sorry.
No,
I went to a talk about podcasts, and they say 70% of podcasts stop before 9 episodes. We fucking went to 90.
90.
Like, yes, that's true.
We went further than most, I guess.
Yeah. So like, fuck it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could do another 90 on the other ones that we're doing.
Imagine this is the end of Fast and Furious 7. And
my God.
We're not doing a Hobbs and Shaw because that's
we're
worse.
Vin Diesel, and the SlapDuck podcast is Paul Walker. And we're driving. We look at each other like with When I See You Again by Wiz Khalifa, and the other guy starts playing. We start driving, and Paul Walker just veers off to the side to have a life in the movie with his family, and then like 2 movies later, he comes back.
No, well, his wife comes back,
and he's coming back in Fast and Furious 9 apparently.
Right. No way they're going to CG him back in.
With his brothers again.
Oh no! I mean, it kind of works, but that's just like.
That's just kind of like
let the dead rest.
Maybe we should do that. Yeah.
Vin Diesel misses.
Well, so that's what we're going to do. Like next year, we're going to just reboot the SlapDuck podcast.
Myself
Duck slap
into the. Oh my fucking
God!
That's so stupid. That's what I thought the name was for like the first 3 weeks we did this podcast.
Duck slap.
Duck slap.
I still have the folder as Duck slap on my laptop.
Oh my God. What?
I mean, for me, this is great. I can get to delete all of the fucking SlapDuck sessions I have. I've got like 100 gigs worth of SlapDuck audio.
Burn it. Set it on fire.
I mean, I'm gonna keep all the actual exports, but
it's on the internet. Lives forever, isn't it? That's how that works, right?
Exactly. Lives forever.
It's in the big database.
All the weird shit we said a year and a half ago that was probably going to come back to bite us on the arse.
You know what? Fuck it. If we get cancelled, we get cancelled.
We're going to get cancelled for what we said about the French.
The one who's most likely to be cancelled is me, let's be honest.
That's true. I did edit out some...
yeah. And then you guys kind of have to like put out a statement being like, listen, these are things Sully said.
We're no longer affiliated with Sully.
His views don't represent us. We've decided to terminate our relationship with him. And I will amicably leave to go and start like fucking info wars.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Oh. So that's sort of the direction that we're going in. Follow us on the social feeds to kind of keep up to date about what's going on. And yeah, I think we will post the first episode within this feed. So if you like what you hear, you can jump over and subscribe.
Yes,
to the new things we're doing.
Project.
Once we have a name.
Yeah, I like George's idea.
So do I. I think we're going to do some SEO searching. But that seems like a good one.
All the best ideas. So
it's true.
Let's just
that is true.
Maybe I'll read that book on SEO marketing that I bought.
Maybe you don't need to do
really
that.
help.
Maybe you just need to listen to me.
True.
I have all the knowledge in the world.
True.
That's why this works so well. I do the tech stuff. Sully does the marketing stuff, and George, he's the ideas man.
I am the ideas man.
Maybe we should get someone who knows how to do marketing stuff.
We really should. Let's give Annie a call.
You mean like
can help us, right?
You know, the little ginger girl from
Annie Bonanni.
Everyone knows who she is.
What?
So
what is he doing? Why did he jump into Annie Bonanni? What?
I don't know.
It's the song from the thing. The name's I don't know, man.
So yeah, this is the last episode. This is the last episode for a while, maybe, while we try and figure things out. For other shows and for this show even.
Yeah.
So I think it might be a cool shout to maybe talk about some of the best bits, some of the highlights of doing this show for each of us.
I get some highlights. Yeah, I got some highlights that come to mind.
Luca, would you like to start us off with your highlights?
I would like to. I will start us off. The stupid as fuck things the little skits that we did over the years. I fucking loved doing them. Those improv things were dumb as shit and came out of nowhere every time.
Mate,
they were always
so good.
Fun as hell.
I think my favorite one was were you Thor's hammer and I was a director. That was one of my favorite ones.
I think you were Thor's hammer. I came in as a sword and Sully was the director or something.
Honestly, so stupid.
There was that one, and there was I think the one where I was a screwdriver and you were looking for a spanner.
Yes, yeah.
Fucking every time.
In the same episode that George is a bathrobe that really wanted to be bought and I didn't want to buy him.
Oh, that's such a stupid.
Also, this is totally out of left field. The one where George went to the loo and it was Luca was the head of like Cadbury's and I was the guy who was the head of Snaps.
And George came back in and was like, George, security is here.
It's like, no, please, I need these little Snaps.
That was so dumb. Oh, Christ.
So fucking...
But yeah.
What's wrong with us?
One of my favorite bits, I don't think was actually made it on the show, but it was when, I can't remember, was it Luca that was coming back into the room? But basically it turned into like Sully, you were like a late night show host and I was your guest or something like that. I love that bit.
I don't think I think that was between recording episodes.
Yeah.
And I just left it rolling.
Yes. I love that so much. I think one of my highlights was the food episode.
Yes, people like that.
Was that the last meals one?
Yeah, I distinctly remember listening to that on the tube going home, and all the bits where I laughed again on the tube. Like it was just so stupid.
All I remember from that is your dad's warrior stew.
Yes.
Oh, dude. The stew.
It was your description of the warrior stew and talking about like how it was the sort of thing you wanted to eat before battle. I was like,
mate, it's like it's just gorgeous. It's all like it's got just clumps of flour in there to make dump. Dude, you turn your nose up, I see it. But
I want to try it.
Soaks up flavor like nobody's business. It's amazing. Big fan.
One of my favorites. I think it was titled "Are You Okay?"
Oh,
and it was the one where
one.
I'd just taken like a bunch of like cold medication.
Oh God, yeah.
Beforehand, and for some reason I was just gone.
We do not advocate cold medicine overdosing.
Well, it wasn't an overdose. I just taken paracetamol like not too much before taking the cold medicine, and I'm pretty sure I washed it down with like a Red Bull.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you went mad. You were just like in the little corner giggling to yourself.
I don't know why.
Because you're high on meds, mate. It's not even that deep, I don't think.
Listen,
it's
guys,
just what it was.
Go to my.
There's no mystery. We don't need to bring in Sherlock. We know.
You can get the link to my lean recipe.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
God damn it. Another one that was actually a really nice episode was, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one that writer did a little thing on.
Oh.
That we were talking about mental health.
God, what was the episode?
I can't remember. This was like, I feel like this was like episode 50. This was a while back.
Episode? It was in and around the food episode.
It was around that time, yeah. Where we were just just talking a bit more about just like mental health in general. And it was a nice kind of like, just chat about not being too hard on yourself and how, like self-improvement, if you want to do it, shouldn't be for anyone but yourself.
I think it's literally called self-improvement or something.
Something like that, yeah. I really liked the episode. It was like, it was weird. Like when I feel like we're talking about someone who's dead and this is the obituary, but like when we're doing this consistently, it was like every now and then we would do an episode that wasn't just us being stupid, doing dumb jokes and skits, and would get kind of serious for a bit. And it was one of them that kind of felt like a bit more like a heart to heart, and it was nice.
Yeah. I mean, for me personally, like doing this show with you guys, and I know this is going on the show with you guys, but it's always been, I don't know, I guess it was always you guys first, SlapDuck second. Yeah. Because I just kind of just wanted to talk to you guys. I wasn't kind of too fussed on like what we were going to talk about like show-wise. But I think, it's just important.
And also, I think that kind of showed, because a lot of the time we started with nothing.
Yeah.
We would just, man. Just no topics.
I think literally, I remember one of the episodes was like, we were starting with nothing, and as the episode came up, we all decided that we'd come up with it as it went on. And it got pointed to me, and I was kind of like, yeah, you guys do a skit while I think of this. Yeah. And I just didn't think of it.
I think that was the one with the spanner.
Yeah, that was the one with the spanner. Yeah.
Legendary jokes, man.
I mean,
legendary jokes.
Building off that, it really felt like, I mean, this is gonna get fucking deep as shit, man. Get your alcohol out.
Let's get deep.
Shit, I only have Diet Coke.
It really felt that this podcast, like obviously we all worked, and two of us do work together still, but this really felt like the three of us became just that much closer than, I mean, out of all of our other mutual friends, I am far and away the closest to you two. It will be like that essentially
till the death of this podcast.
Until the death of this podcast, until the death of all of our other projects, man. I mean, above everything else, I feel like George said, I get to talk to two of the people who are now like the closest people to me, and we have a podcast as well.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like, you guys have been there through all the in-between episodes. Yeah. Where I've been like, I need to talk to you guys about some stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, let's go. And, same for you guys too. Like, I've always been here for you lot. And I just, it kind of became not therapy, but, just a very cathartic kind of feeling just talking to you guys. Because especially if you're like removed from a situation, it's just nice to be like, this is what's going on. What do you guys think? That's bullshit.
And just so people know, we're not we're talking like we're never going to speak to each other again.
I know.
We'll get on the phone tomorrow.
Sully's going off to war. George is going down to the fucking trench at the bottom of the ocean, and I'm going to the moon.
We're literally talking tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. But we're kind of rounding up. Like, I mean, because I think in our heads, in our collective brain, we're like, SlapDuck was fun, and there's a potential that something could replace it. So this could be the goodbye episode, and we kind of want to treat it that way. But it's not to say that, you know, this couldn't come back. I think we may even pilot the new show on this one just as a tester, just to see format and stuff. So it's not like this channel's going to die.
Yeah.
No. But
episode 0 will go out here as well as...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I kind of feel like, especially because the other ones we're looking at don't really tackle current event stuff. Especially if there's like a specific current event thing that we all kind of feel very strongly about.
Yeah.
I feel like we will still kind of do episodes like this. They might be a bit less consistent, but it's still a platform that we can discuss that kind of shit.
If and when North Korea launches that nuke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When they do, we'll make an episode about it.
Well, we'll
make an episode, and hopefully our internet gets it up before we all die.
We'll make sure we're in the same shelter.
3 microphones.
3 microphones. There will be screaming people in the background. Crying about the loss of their homes and loved ones.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Remember,
but it's cool. But we could do some skits off the back of that because it'd be great.
Remember, if a nuke
comedy
goes
needed,
off, right? You go to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the shockwave, it's what kills you is the shockwave hitting you, and then your organs just fucking slamming into your rib cage.
Do you go onto the ground head first, like head towards the shockwave, or feet towards the shockwave?
I don't know. I think as long as you're on the ground, it's fine. And you're not supposed to leave for 30 days minimum.
Between leave?
Your home.
Oh, so what, to get the radiation?
Yeah. So it goes down.
Guess I'm eating my parents then.
I don't know what. Well, hopefully you have food for 30 days in your house. Like
I fucking don't. I barely have it for the week.
The only issue you might have is water.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. You can just boil your piss. It's cool.
Technically,
did he really just say that?
Yeah.
Did he just say that?
I think
on the last episode?
We have a water tank.
Oh my god. Don't try and defend it. Oh, we've got a water tank. What, is it full of your family's piss?
What do you mean?
I'm going out in a rain of fire.
Hey!
Maybe we should watch that movie. Maybe to commemorate
Lucas
this.
said it.
Watch it.
I know.
You said it.
That's how like final this feels. I said it.
Certify fucking 2020, baby.
Yo, we didn't even get to the end of the year.
No, lots of shit's happened in 2020. Things have been cancelled. We've now been.
We've been cancelled.
Mate, it's only like it goes with the year.
Yeah, anything bad that happens is like, I'll just write it off as an expense for 2020.
It's 2020, fuck about it.
E3 was cancelled, Evo's cancelled, now we're cancelled.
God.
Oh man. Listen to our other podcast about the
If you want to hear about the gaming stuff, then just fucking bonus stage it up, boys.
I feel like George is going to get very passionate on that episode.
Oh, mate.
In a lot of angry ways.
Much shit I need to talk about. Stupid fighting game community. Idiots.
Savages! Idiots! For all you Asoi Sonic fans out there.
I am a golden god.
Golden god.
Absolutely.
Honestly, the weird line that makes me laugh the most in that is when he turns around to D and it's like, I will turn you into a suitcase.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then he's like, "Would you put me on your mantelpiece?" No, think of the smell, you idiot and savage idiot.
No, it's just think of the smell, you bitch.
And
I remember because it stuck with me because I can't stop thinking about it. It's so savage.
I can't believe I binged that show in like a week.
Mate,
it's such a good show.
Yeah, it's so good.
Actually, something. I mean, it doesn't feel like something we should probably discuss in our final episode, but there's a bunch of TV shows that get episodes kind of removed because of certain things. Part of it is like episodes that did blackface in the past, they're removing them off of Netflix. And it's kind of like, I get it, but also I've got two kind of counterpoints is one, stop trying to censor history. If you get rid of all that kind of stuff, then future generations don't have anything to learn by. Maybe just put a disclaimer beforehand saying
that's what I'm thinking.
These views aren't right, XYZ. Also, a lot of the episodes that appears in, the characters in the show always remark at how wrong it is that they're doing this.
Are they
the episode? Go on.
Have they removed the Always Sunny episodes? Or episodes?
I don't know. I read. Haven't actually checked on Always Sunny, but because the Lethal Weapon episodes are the ones really.
So I'm thinking,
which kind of like even in that, they make a point of how wrong it is that he's doing that.
Yeah.
And like halfway through the episode, change characters to someone not doing blackface. It's kind of like, this is why we need the financing to make this properly. Yeah. It's always like, it was a running joke about how wrong it is to do that.
Yeah.
Yes. It was with context, isn't it?
Context makes everything. Like one of the best episodes of Community is the Dungeons and Dragons episode in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the episode that they're getting rid of because Chang turns up dressed as a dark elf and people are seeing that as blackface.
I'm only on season 1. Does he like paint himself, or
he's literally painted in like tar black with elf ears and white hair?
I see,
because he's dressed up as a dark elf.
Yeah.
And in the thing, Shirley turns around and goes like, "We're not addressing this hate crime," and he goes, "No, I'm a dark elf." And there's this whole like entrance, and it's the sort of thing that like he's in it for 20 seconds like that, and then his character dies. Spoilers in like the Dungeons and Dragons, and he has to leave. They've cancelled that episode because of that. It's like within context, I don't know. I'm very much talking from a white man's perspective. So anyone else have a feeling on this, or am I just kind of shouting into a void of nothing?
I think for me, I haven't seen that, so I wouldn't know if it's actually like offensive or not.
Yeah.
Like if I watched it, would I think, "Oh fuck, don't do that"?
Yeah.
But saying that, I watched the Lethal Weapon episodes of It's Always Sunny and still think they're fucking hilarious because it's like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And they do comment on it. Like, it's the same as Tropic Thunder in a way.
Yes.
Like,
Tropic Thunder is
Robert Downey
so
Jr. Like, it's the whole
it.
commentary of, you know, white actors think they can play whoever they want to play and they just fucking can't.
And that's exactly like the point of those two things doing it is kind of, because it even is in the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode, I believe one of the characters kind of references back to Othello and how like actors did it back then, and they're prestigious actors, so it's obviously a prestigious acting thing to do.
Yeah.
And they were really, and it was like that was the joke running through it, and it was like the whole joke was Hollywood shouldn't do this and they should learn from their past. And I feel like editing that kind of stuff out is the wrong move. Maybe if you have to put a disclaimer beforehand, put a disclaimer beforehand, but under the context, a lot of the ones that I've heard recently, the context is this is the wrong thing to do, and they make a point of this is the wrong thing to do.
Yes,
I think
I
don't get rid of it.
I saw one that was like it was an episode of Golden Girls where they all had mud face masks on, and it was like that's not even blackface, that's a face mask.
No, that's just a face mask.
And they were like, no, we need to remove it because people might perceive it to be racist. And it's like, no, it's a fucking mud mask.
What I think it is well, two things. One, I again, not being a black person, so my opinion doesn't carry too much credence. But I think do what HBO are doing, where like with Gone with the Wind is problematic, but for different reasons, obviously, because it kind of like glorifies slavery.
Yeah, it was the stereotyping of it. Yeah, that was the issue.
But HBO are taking it down, so then they can add like I think disclaimers at the beginning and maybe during, but I'm not sure.
I thought they were just editing the scenes out.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just adding disclaimers, but I'm not 100%.
Because you wouldn't need to take it down for a disclaimer, because you would just put a disclaimer out.
HBO,
because that's something that Disney's done in their Disney Plus. I mean, I have opinions on Disney Plus because they censored a lot of stuff, like adding fur to someone's butt in Splash was stupid as fuck. But before anything that was seen as kind of current climate's inappropriate, they've always put like a disclaimer behind saying like this was made in this kind of time period. These views were the views of back then. They're not the views of now.
I feel like that's way better.
Yeah, right. Like kind of use it almost like as a teaching aid if you need. Like these were the views at this time. This was seen as what was acceptable. We know it's not acceptable anymore. If you're watching this, please go in with the mindset that of that kind of. Just, it's like when people get annoyed at Friends for having jokes like kind of that may be perceived as homophobic or transphobic. It's like, this was 25 years ago. Put a disclaimer beforehand saying like, this was made during a period where these jokes weren't seen this way. That wasn't the public opinion. This is like, use it as a kind of historical.
Maybe like the way you word it is like, back then it was wrong, but people still did it.
It wasn't, it was like, this still happened even though it was wrong. We know that.
You know,
I think
there's that episode of Friends that when I watch it now, I'm like, Ross, you are fucking homophobic, dude. You are bad.
Is that the one where he won't let his kid play with a Barbie?
There is that one, but it's also the nanny episode.
Oh yeah, with
when they hire they hire the nanny, and it's like a male nanny. And Ross is super uncomfortable about it, and it's like, mate, calm the fuck down, dude.
And Joey's all for it. He's like, yeah, man.
Man.
He's teaching me about the friendship.
And that's the weird part. Is like, yes, it was played off for jokes, but the underlying kind of message in that was, you should be okay with this. Like, everyone was okay other than Ross, and by the end of it,
Ross sees that he's wrong.
Yeah, but it's also like, it's a sitcom, so that you never ever get a proper resolution, which is kind of an issue with the sitcom format.
It's Fresh Prince.
Unless it's Fresh Prince, and then
God, I can't remember the name of it. It wasn't In Living Color. In Living Color was great anyway. I forgot. I don't know. Ignore me. I don't remember. I can't tell you the name of the show or the actors. So,
all right. Oh damn! Just a fleeting thought.
Yeah.
Annoying.
What was it? I was going to say, like, going back to the Disney thing. It's just them being like, listen, we get it. Walt was racist, but like, we made a shit ton of money, so here's the movie again.
Well, it's not even that. It's kind of like from their animations. It was like, these were made 70 years ago. Some of them older at this point. And it's like, these are a piece of cinema history.
Yeah.
Don't remove history. Kind of use history as a teaching aid. Like, put disclaimers beforehand. Like, make a point out of it and how things have kind of developed and got better over the years.
It's the thing where God, I'm trying to not get too political. Where people are saying, "Oh, you're erasing history." It's like, no, we're not erasing it. We're taking it out of one place and putting it somewhere where it belongs. Yeah. So take down a statue, put a statue in a museum where history belongs. You take a movie that has racist undertones. You say, this movie has racist undertones. Yeah. That's literally all you're saying.
That's all that's really needed. And it's like museums are a perfect way of doing it. Where, like, put these statues in a museum, put artwork in a museum that is now very obviously racist, and we now have a platform to kind of protest against it and get it out of public domain. Keep it in the public domain, but not in a way of like, this is really good. In a way of like, use this in a museum of kind of like, this was back in history. This was what it was seen. This is very, very wrong.
Yeah. Oh, also, I remember a point I was going to make. It's like, a lot of these things, like the Golden Girls and mud mask thing.
Yeah.
We also need to know that Hollywood is all about money, and it's all about appearances. And it's all about them being like, oh, look, we're doing things to promote equality. So let's take down this episode. And people are like, we don't give a shit. We just want equality. We don't want cops killing us. We don't care.
We don't care if there's an episode where someone gets a mud mask.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the least of everyone's worries.
It's the Hollywood thing. It's like, we're going to do the bare minimum for you and play it off like we fucking changed the world.
Yeah, it's
Hollywood are never going to hire me to do anything now.
Mate, if they ever get their hands on this entire thing, the BBC's not hiring us, Hollywood's not hiring us, and there's a bunch of other companies that won't.
The BBC.
I fucking love the BBC.
Yeah, man. Rita Chakrabarti.
What's up, BBC? Hire us. Make our idea, please.
Charlie State. He's great.
Yeah.
Louise Minchin.
But yeah, there is but that is the Hollywood thing, and that's why a lot of these companies are doing this. And that's like the Netflix and the Hulu.
sorry.
That is like the Netflix and the Hulu approach of things. Like, cool, we can remove these episodes, and we say, hey, we removed these episodes because we're in line. It's like, there are better ways of doing this.
No one cares if you remove the episode. We just want. We don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Instead of removing the episode, take the money you spent paying someone to remove the episode and give it to charity or something.
Yeah. Kind of make a donation. Do things that are active.
Lobby a politician to do positive things.
Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, I just had a thought, but it's gone. It's gone.
No.
Okay, lobbying, charity, Netflix.
Bill Turnbull.
BBC Good evening News. To
it's gone.
Welcome
it's gone.
To BBC News London.
It's gone. Don't worry about it.
I'm your host.
Rita Chakrabarti.
Vaseline glove.
I'm George Alagaya. Actually, no, that's not my name.
Yeah, I know. I just thought, that's the thought. Jesus. Because I looked at a lot of the announcements of this on Twitter, and no, Twitter is very much an echo chamber, and it isn't representative of the real world. It's just kind of a slice of everything. But a lot of the comments on it that were saying this is really good were a bunch of SJW white dudes, basically, and I saw the majority of anyone of any sort of minority race was kind of like, "Why are you doing this?" In context, these episodes are great. These things stand up. Why not use them? And it was that kind of idea of stop erasing things, use it as a platform to show improvement.
It's the quote unquote, and again, this isn't being said in a negative way. It's just it's the way the saying is. It's the white savior thing.
Yeah.
Where these big corporations are like, look at us, we're doing something great. And it's mostly for the corporations to look good and just tick a box being like, we did something for minorities. Hopefully that's going to make X amount of people not cancel their Netflix subscription.
We can post this on LinkedIn and look really good with all our other big companies doing things that are very unsubstantial.
Mate, capitalism's fucking the worst thing. Hey, welcome to the SlapDuck podcast. We're now a neo-socialist podcast.
We're now a communist podcast. Everyone should get the same thing.
Everyone gets the same thing. We get the same views as PewDiePie now. That's a very like a negative portrayal of what communism is.
I don't think George wants to talk to us anymore.
Subscribe to my TikTok to learn more about communism.
What the fuck?
Don't, man, I saw a developer did a dive into the TikTok app back end and kind of did a massive document of like
China's got
all the shit that they're
man.
All the shit that they're like the information that they're stealing from it and that they're not saying that still. And apparently there's like something built into the app that when it senses that someone's diving in, it starts hiding files and changing its behavior.
That's fucking sick.
Yo,
that's Skynet China shit, to the max.
This is some Skynet shit. It was honestly, this was like a 15-page document that they kind of like outlined a bunch of stuff, and I kind of read through it because I had nothing else to do that day, and it was really interesting to me. And it was like, fucking hell, man! The developers like, it's not something like, oh shit, we didn't realize it was like sending us this information. We can take it out. It's like they've coded into it to hide the fact that it's doing this. They know exactly what it's doing.
I'm nearly at 5,500 followers. Like, fuck it. I've said shit on there. Like,
I know. From my point of view, I'm not downloading that with a 10.
Oh yeah, don't do it. But like,
I mean, there's lots of services that take your information and do disseminate it. But for the most part, TikTok's they say that they're doing it, and TikTok are doing it to like next level.
Yeah, but they're a Chinese company, aren't they? So
because I always thought it was just America being like, anti-China, because for Trump being anti-China.
They are,
but like actually seeing like developers dive into it, it's like, no, this isn't like an anti-China thing. This is a worrying thing. It's like, this isn't just xenophobia.
The very real reality of our world is everything now is being seeped with the Chinese government. Like half of the games we're going to be playing in the future.
Tencent.
They own Riot Games. They own Blizzard.
No way. I think they own stock in it. I don't know if they fully own it.
They own a good chunk. They own stock in Epic.
Yeah, they own a massive stock in Epic. Not controlling stock, but because Tim Sweeney still owns that. But they own a big boy amount of money and stock options in those.
So this is the SlapDuck podcast, guys. This is the kind of stuff that we talk about.
This is what the podcast is. We're talking about one thing, all of a sudden we're talking about
go somewhere else.
Neo-capitalism.
We're talking about TikTok. We're talking about fucking what's next? Anime. Look at this fucking Meowth I've got. Look at it.
Yo!
I'm pretty sure he's from like McDonald's 1999 or something.
You guys seen Goku's bicep recently?
You see it from Meowth's tail. Where's the fucking Buffy I bought you, Luca?
Oh, Buffy.
If you need something,
get it out.
Look at this pale man from Pan's Labyrinth.
It's fucking pale.
He is pale.
He's coming to eat your ass.
Flashlight out.
Your what?
A flashlight.
It's flashlight.
Oh, thank fuck.
Oh, geez.
Okay, that was like from 2016.
Mate, don't want to see that shit. Not gonna lie.
I know.
Nah, man,
how worn in that rubber is. Jesus.
Oh my god, that's gross as fuck. That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I aim to top that by the end of this episode. I got it. It's good. Yeah, we're recording this one later than normal.
Yeah. Man.
Yes. Yeah. That's my boo.
That's right.
It's my B.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. It's not like we need to get this up for any specific time anymore.
True. But we also need to do that other thing for Radio Haver. Very quickly, like literally 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool.
I like that. It's gotten to a point where it's like, let's just discuss podcast stuff on the podcasts.
I mean, at this point, if you're a long-term listener, you've heard all that kind of shit, so you're welcome.
Fucking, did you love how this turd just fucking spins?
No, and this doesn't work on an audio podcast.
It works in my heart. Just like
we're definitely
Tarzan
doing
song.
video stuff for the rest of them now because
by Phil Collins. You'll be in my heart from Tarzan. You not watched Tarzan?
Yo.
You've not watched Tarzan, have you? You've not seen Tarzan.
Yeah, Tarzan.
Have you seen?
I've seen Tarzan.
Live action Tarzan or real Tarzan?
No, the animated one.
Yeah.
I've seen Tarzan.
Phil Collins.
No, you fucking haven't.
I swear I've seen it. Not seen the sequel, but I've seen the first one.
How does Tarzan die?
What's the famous song?
He doesn't
what's the famous
die.
song?
Yeah,
what's the famous song?
I don't know what the famous song is.
You
I don't know.
Haven't seen it.
Well, in my
Mate,
mind,
I've seen it when I was like 8 years old.
To me, the famous song
been
is
a
Luca in
while.
my heart.
Luca, put your faith in what you most believe in.
Oh, jeez.
2 worlds, 1 family.
Jesus
Trust
Christ.
your heart. Let faith decide to guide these lives we see.
I'm telling you all, mate.
You know what? By the end of this, the fans want it to be the last episode.
That must be his quirk.
How
He calls himself
dare
Pickle
you.
Rick.
I know.
Funniest shit I've ever seen. I need to watch that.
I need to watch season 4 of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's decent.
Okay.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
the first 5 episodes are on Netflix.
Yeah.
I might have to watch it.
And then find a way of watching the rest of them.
Like it is, yeah.
Yeah.
4 OD?
Yeah, because
Or my 4.
all 4 had, when I watched it a couple of weeks ago, the last 3 episodes up only. So there's 2 that I missed that I'm going to have to wait for them to get on Netflix.
Licensing is bullshit.
Yeah, well, it's just the licensing deal, isn't it? They had distribution from broadcast, but didn't have it for catch-up, well, for streaming.
Fucking
Licensing sucks, guys.
licensing does suck. But if you want to license the SlapDuck podcast, get in touch.
Honestly.
I know we almost have enough for syndication.
Exactly.
You got to have 100 for that.
If you want some thing, you're making a student film and you want your student film actor to be listening to a podcast, and then you flash it on the phone or you got the headphones in and you got a little bit of audio. Hey, hit us up. You can use the SlapDuck podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. By all means.
Just accredit us in your student film and give us 3% of your budget.
No fucking
2% of gross.
2%
Send us a cup of coffee through PayPal and that's it.
Yeah, listen, download the Ko-fi app.
Nah.
Venmo us whatever you want.
Cash app.
Why are there so many of these things?
I know.
I don't know.
Honestly.
If they got Cash App in their bio, stay away from him/her.
Wow. Rules to live by.
I know.
Can you get a credit card off PayPal?
Yes.
Should I have
it's
a
called
credit
PayPal
card?
credit. I don't have a PayPal credit
I
card.
would
I have a
recommend-
credit card, but I don't have
I
a
would
PayPal one.
recommend a credit card because it helps with your credit score.
That's why I got one.
But
Why do you need a credit score?
When you try and get loans
get
or a
loans.
mortgage, the better your credit score, the better they'll give you.
yeah,
Um,
a better rate.
It kind of
amount.
shows that if you have a credit card and you pay it back, like the way that I have my fuck it, let's talk about finances as the last.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. So I have a
please
credit
know
card.
that.
and-
Please do not take financial advice from us. We are not experts. Please go
No,
to an expert.
we're not experts. I'm just going to talk about what I do, and I'm sure a bunch of people will be out there going wrong, and then we'll get some messages
Oh
saying
my
wrong.
god, that fucking clipped my microphone.
Loud.
Sorry about that. Yeah, so the way that I've got mine set up is I have a credit card and I use that mostly at this point for just online purchases like Amazon or other stores. Because if it's a credit card, I've heard that if something happens and you don't get the product or you don't get return, if it's a credit card, they will kind of fight your corner. But if it's a debit card, it's just said and done. They won't.
Yeah.
Also,
okay,
which is like a weird thing. That's why lots of people use credit cards. If you go to America, you should have a credit card because debit is a weird thing over there.
No one has debit in Canada or
really
America.
Yeah, it's all credit cards. But the way that I have mine set up is if I spend something on it at the end of the month, my debit card pays it off in full.
That's what I do.
So I never accrue interest. It's always just paid off fully. So it shows that I can pay off whatever I spend on a credit card, which is essentially a loan, and I can fully pay off a loan very quickly rather than building up credit and interest, which shows that you can't do that.
Yeah.
Doing this makes your credit score better rather than worse.
Right.
Also, my credit score is better than I thought it was because I forgot to set a limit on my credit. So PayPal, I'm on Amex, so they gave me the default, which is $8,000.
Wow.
I am never going to use $8,000 in one go because I will not pay it back.
Straight up.
Yeah, but when I go on, what is it called now? It used to be called Credit Karma. Maybe it's called Credit Karma now. Whatever. One of the credit checking websites. They're like, your credit score. This is something good. Your credit limit is high. A way to improve that is you use more of that credit limit and pay it off.
All right.
But if you don't pay it off, your credit score goes down.
That's why, like, if I'm doing a somewhat big purchase, like I just bought some new speakers. Oh no, iPad Pro. I did that annoyingly through Apple Pay, which isn't my credit card, so I don't get that. Okay. I should have done that. I just bought some new speaker monitors for my room and kind of changed that up. So yeah, I did that through Amazon, and it came to, I think it was £179 for the monitors pair. Cool, that's going through the credit card, and then that's getting paid off.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool. I mean, it's not the biggest amount, but it's not a small amount. It's kind of that amount is not bad.
And also with credit cards, they do give you certain perks. Like, again, I'm not saying go with Amex because Amex does have a large yearly fee. So like the first year was free, but afterwards there's like a £200 fee to use Amex.
Oh shit. Damn.
I don't know if it's 200, but it's big.
There's £200 fee to use the card.
Yeah.
Was it Sully? Could you just move the microphone to your right hand side a bit because it's facing the wrong way and it's kind of cutting out?
Oh, sorry, mate. Sorry, bud. These are the kind of things that happen when you do 90 episodes for a podcast.
I know.
We're still learning.
You're still learning. Thank you.
But
is that the case for all credit cards? Do you have to pay to use them?
Not all.
No, my one's not. I have mine with my Santander account.
Yeah. If it's through your bank, you don't. But Amex is like. But with Amex, I get. I also get BA points through Amex, so I've accrued enough Amex points to like get a flight to Greece and back.
Yo.
Or with Amex, every year they give me 2 upgrades for airport lounge.
You know what you know what the best perk of Amex is? You get to be that guy when you're at your friends saying, "Do you take Amex?" And then I look at Sully and
every single time we go out,
fucking rage. I look at him like, "We're in a fucking Thai restaurant. Just pay for the food, goddammit."
But I need to ask because if I don't know, if I don't have my other card on me, I'm fucked.
Wow.
Do you take Amex?
Or my Amex is my default on Apple Pay. So then, so I don't want to be the guy that's like, I fucking buzz my phone and it's like, oh, it got rejected. Oh, okay, fine. Let me just swap it over. If I know it first, I'll just swap it over to my debit card.
I can't wait to be out with Sully where he goes full like businessman douche where he goes, I'm going to take Amex, double clicks his Apple Watch and uses his Apple Watch to fucking pay for a bowl of rice.
Fuck you, Luca. There's my Amex on my Apple Watch.
Oh God, my God. This is too much. This is becoming way too much.
This is a weird fucking send-off.
Honestly.
Such a weird send-off. I'm leaving it all in, by the way.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
I'm not taking any of this out.
Curly's wife.
What's the point at this point? We're not on the radio anymore.
Curly's wife. Why? I don't understand.
Why is her name Curly's wife?
Yeah, what's her actual name?
Her name is Curly's wife.
No way.
Really?
Just Curly's wife. Lord. And John Steinbeck isn't even like a bad person, from what I know. He wrote Grapes of Wrath.
Give her a name. It's not hard, mate. Damn.
I think I studied that in school.
Yeah,
she's
me
literally
too.
she's literally just called Curly's wife. She's the only
wife,
female character who's directly featured in the novel, but she's just called Curly's wife.
Yeah.
You know,
oh my God.
Can I speak?
Can you even call her by other names? Actually, she does get called by other names. Jailbait or Tart.
Wow.
So yeah,
woof.
yeah.
Absolute
How young is she?
woof.
Mate, I don't know, but
anyway,
Nah,
sorry,
I'm
George.
alright.
no, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
on cliff notes at the moment.
Speaking of finances, I have
Yeah.
a Monzo card that I do not use.
I have a Revolut card that
I have
I
a Revolut
sometimes
that I
use.
only use when I travel.
Mm.
I also have Starling Bank.
The only way I can make use of my Monzo card is if I make my my income from work go straight into it, because you can
Really?
like generate pots that you can make savings for.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I want to save for a holiday, or I want to save for a Nintendo Switch, and all this sort of bullshit. But because I'm smart anyway, and I'm not an idiot with money,
Yeah.
I'm just like, I just need my HSBC account.
Yeah, I've never understood that when you get these apps and like, this is how you save. You're like, you save by just not spending the money. You don't need to put it into a fucking app to save. You just don't spend said.
Yeah.
Although that's smart, I might, because my Starling Bank card is I just got it because it might come in handy. I don't have a savers account attached to my main bank account. I might just put, because I just want to put a little bit of money aside every month just for a rainy day. I might just put it into my Starling Bank card.
But the one thing we'll say about these like savings through Monzo and stuff is, do they give you interest for, because like if you put it into a savings account, you accrue interest, very low interest in the current climate, but you accrue interest.
Yeah, I think you can get like a proper ISA through Monzo and stuff.
That seems so
which
weird.
Is good, but this isn't representative of the whole podcast. The whole podcast was let's talk some shit. Let's talk about our feelings. Let's talk about stuff we enjoy.
Yeah, I feel like I need to say one thing.
issues.
I feel like I need to say one thing before we finish with the finance stuff is, don't take our advice. Please go out and like actually go to somewhere like Money Expert or anywhere like that and read up properly. Please do not get one of these cards just because we talked about it.
Yes,
if you do, we
don't.
will. But this is our disclaimer, so you can't fucking sue us. Don't do it. Read proper shit.
Yes.
Please read all the documentation anyone sends you in relation to your money.
Yeah.
Don't just click the box that says read terms and conditions, even though everybody in the world does it.
When it comes to something like this, please read the terms and conditions.
All right, I'm going to come across like a proper idiot right now. But when I got my iPhone on Apple's, what is it? So like it's like the yearly or the 20-month upgrade program. Never upgraded it, but you essentially pay monthly for Apple, and it opens up a loan with the Barclays Bank for us. So it came up with like the document talking about like the loan and stuff. And it was like a 15-page document, and the guy was kind of like, cool, I read through and sign there. So I read through it. He stood there for 10 minutes and kind of looked at me was like, you're the only person that's ever actually fucking read through this. I was kind of like, it's a loan. I just want to make sure it's all right.
It's not, it's not a small loan.
It's not a small loan. They're not the cheapest of phones.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was with my dad, and he just kind of like looked at me and was like, are you actually reading this? I was like, yes, I'm going to fucking read this. It's a loan.
Listen,
I read through my work contract before signing it. This is a contract.
I did too.
Yeah.
And,
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think it's time to wrap up this episode.
Oh,
fuck it.
Wrap it up.
Maybe.
We should probably say goodbye, and this isn't goodbye forever. It's just goodbye for now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This is goodbye to season 1 of the SlapDuck podcast.
Yeah.
Season 2, maybe.
Sorry, you could actually use the season 2 thing.
Maybe I'll finally be allowed to use it, because last time I tried, Lucas said no.
Yeah, so, I said no because it was pointless.
This time,
but now there's a point to it.
Season 2.
Yeah. Season 2, episode 1 will be,
in the future.
So stay subscribed, please, because you will get more of us.
Yes,
it will just be...
Don't be a dick.
And I guess the important thing is as well, you can always catch us on the Bonus Stage podcast. Isn't that right, Luca?
You can. If you just search Bonus Stage Gaming Show, that's specific term, we pop up straight away. It's super, super easy to find us. We have Twitter, which is bonus stage pod, because Twitter has a limit to your handle where Instagram doesn't. So on Instagram, we are bonus stage podcast, and it's so much nicer. So yeah, you can find us all there. We also have an email that's bonusstagefeedback@gmail.com. So I don't know why you would send us an email if you haven't listened to us, but if you wanted to, you can do it.
And if you are one of the few people that have listened to SlapDuck for God knows how long, send an email to slapduckpodcast@gmail.com and just tell us if there was one thing you took away from this podcast, what would it be? Just be like anything, like favorite episode, favorite bit we've done, something you've absolutely hated that we've done consistently.
Yeah, like something like, please stop doing this on the future
Your
season
least
2.
favorite presenter.
No,
why it's Luca.
It is me, isn't it?
I was going to say, like, watch us get one email in about 6 weeks saying, fuck you. Yep.
But also very quickly, it would be remiss to not mention the guests we've had in this podcast.
Yeah.
Just to be like, shout out to Julian, who was like one of the OG hosts. I think he did the first episode with us.
He did the first episode, and I want to say that he did the pilot with us in like the first 1 or 2.
Yes, and then there was a random one.
Yeah, we did it at a barbecue.
Wasn't available. Yeah, there was a barbecue. Michael, who did one episode, which was actually one of our best performing episodes for a long while.
Damn.
It was the Kylie Jenner joke or something.
Oh, that's exactly why, because it's had Kylie fucking Jenner in the title.
Amy, who was on 2 episodes, 2 of the
she was on a few of them
episodes.
For us, yeah.
And obviously from hanging with the homegirls, Latoya, who was our go-to when one of us wasn't available.
Yeah,
legend.
Which was always great, and I mean their podcast is still going. They've just
was always me, I think. It's always when I.
We don't want to be that guy, but yeah, when George fucking ducked out on us, Jesus.
I mean, you can be honest with me. I can take honesty.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, Luca. It's kind of like Luca's the only one who couldn't miss it because we used his setup to record.
Yeah. He's not allowed to not be there.
I have to do this. I have to. This is my life now.
I need to find you. So yeah.
Yes, season 2. I'm going to teach Sully how to edit, and he'll edit.
Fuck that shit. That seems hard.
It's actually really fucking easy. Don't worry about it.
Honestly.
Anyway, goodbye everyone.
Yes,
for now.
That was us. Thank you for listening for 2 years, and maybe
we'll see you in season 2.
Longer soon.
Sayonara. Look forward to hopefully episode 100 in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we'll see you in social distancing then.
No, we won't.
That would be nice.
We'll be hugging each other, touching each other's beards.
We'll live stream it.
We'll live stream Sully's beard.
Casting couch style.
Okay. Right.
Cold or crew couch style then.
That's better, yeah. Let's watch stuff instead of do stuff.
Whatever gets the views in, you know what he's got to get money for his OnlyFans somehow.
Mate, subscribe to my OnlyFans.
What?
Oh, God. Let's cancel this one. Let's cancel before we get cancelled. Fuck.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Wait.
3, 2, 1.
Fuck. Wait.
Bye.